Yo, what is going on, guys, and welcome back to F1 2017. This is episode 3 now of our career series. Last episode we did the Australian Grand Prix race. We managed to finish 5th. If you haven't seen that, then go check that out. I started in 8th position on the grid. And now we are in the second race weekend of the season, which is in Shanghai in China, the international circuit. So without further ado, we're going to get into practice 1. Also, at the end of the last episode, we did our upgrades to research and development. We put 6 on, all of them onto making engine parts more durable, meaning in fact less likely that they're going to wear. Oh god, I just remembered I need to skip that. And we are going to get straight into the first testing challenge, which is the track acclimatization. Literally going to get straight into it from now on. So without further ado, we are going to go for it. So just to remind you what this test is, it is to familiarise myself with the track by going through a series of gates. If I go straight through them at a good speed, I will get a perfect for it, and there's a couple for each corner, and they'll build up points. If I go through the gate but not like fully, then it might be a green, and if I miss it completely, it's a red. So hopefully we can set a good score, get a perfect, and let's see. But this corner is always tough. It always catches you out where to turn in, but we managed to get a purple for that first corner. Oh my god. Okay, I'm probably going to get a green for this next one. Oh no, I didn't. I got a purple. That's good, because I felt a bit of a slide then. I think that this track, personally, is going to be a bit more difficult than Australia. Australia is one that I really do like. It's a track I've probably, out of all the tracks ever playing an F1 game, it's probably the one I play the most, because obviously it's the first in the calendar, so it means that I've put a lot of effort. If I start a new quiz, it's the one that I do the most, so that kind of makes sense. But I like China. China is a very nice flowing, fast-paced track, but I think the tracks that I'm going to do best on this season are the ones with slow corners, meaning that I can like take advantage, brake a bit later and see. So maybe like a corner like this. So far we've hit this perfectly, but I don't see us getting it perfectly, because off the hairpin is going to be very tough. But yeah, if we hit this exit quite nicely, we've already got the green, so we've gone above 345 points. But DRS, I need to nail this in the air. Got it, perfect. There's only what, 3 corners left and the DRS zone before the line, so hopefully we can get a decent score. I'm braking. Oh, I got a purple, but I think this is going to be a green. Yes, it is, because like I wasn't doing enough speed, plus I missed the gate a bit. Get this final corner right, and DRS zone, and across the line now. So we actually got 515 points from, we only needed 470 for a perfect score, so we absolutely smashed that. Only one corner did we get a green, the rest of them purples, as you can see on the screen. Now let's get straight into the time management test, because we want to get those resource points. We want to keep upgrading the car, make it better. But the first thing I want to do, because it is McLaren Honda, is make it more reliable. So we are trying to do that, and then we're just going to see what we can do, maybe increase the power towards the end of the season. I don't know. Where do I think, like, if I'm going to make a prediction of where I'm going to qualify in this one, I would honestly say outside of the top 10. I'm going to say 14th. I think it's not going to be a strong weekend, just because of how many like fast corners are, long straights, but you never know, could get a bit lucky. But this corner, I'm going to start wide and just work my way in. But remember, this is about smoothness, this test. So, and that first corner was not very smooth, as you can see, but there was like a red like flicker. So I'm going to literally just work my way through this quite nicely. Only brake minimal really, and just give myself the best chance to have a smooth lap. But faster corners mean that there's going to be more wear anyway, because you're leaning the car, meaning that there's more pressure on like the tyres. But if I go around at a nice steady pace, then it kind of cuts that out, and like kind of negates that. So that was a nice smooth corner, to be fair. It's doing alright, to be fair. Do I expect I'm going to get purple? I think I could still get purple. I'm 1.5 seconds under the like set time but I'm to beat, so I think I can get purple on this. Okay, that was a nice smooth corner, and you see we are now into the purple, which is absolutely fantastic. Speaking about the last race, or the first race of this series, I stunned myself how good I did. I managed to keep Massa behind me in the second stage, especially after the safety car, which, like, credit to me, like, he went past a few times, but we managed to get him back straight away. Didn't let him have a bit of a gap so we could build. And yeah, I'm very happy with that. DRS open and across the line for that one. So we've done that. We've got purple on that, and we are going to now go on to the fuel saving management test. So we can do that, because the quicker we get through this, then we can get into qualifying, really nail that down, and then in the episode, the next episode, as you might have guessed, it is going to be the Chinese Grand Prix, which I am looking forward to. But I'm not going to put out as much. I'm not looking at like the last result in Australia as like basically saying, oh, that means that I'm automatically going to be right up there again. Each track is different. My performance will change each race as well, which I need to. I'm going to put 100% into it, but you never know what's going to happen. So in this test, as you might remember, I just need to like basically cruise and like what's the word I used? I think it's like coasting. Where you don't use the accelerator, you don't use the brake, but I had to use the brake a bit there. But yeah, if I manage to coast, and like the more I use the accelerator, it's going to go down. So I'm just going to coast into corners. I'm still going to use a bit of brakes, obviously, because it's still turning up as red on the racing line. But I need to keep an eye on the target lap time. Right around here, I can actually get quite a bit, just because like they are quite quick corners. And then, okay, this one I actually have to use brakes, unfortunately. Do I think I could get purple on this one? Potentially, it depends how we do. I'm just going to do it randomly on there, just a bit of coasting, so we're about halfway at the moment. We are only a second above the lap time, and I do want to make sure I clear that by quite a bit, just so I don't like, there's not a chance where I will. Right, I'm going to do a tiny bit here actually. The problem is I lost a lot of time then. Who's behind me? Raikkonen. He can go past me if he wants. I'm not too fussed. If I had a horn, I'd pip it at him. Okay, so our time's going up a bit, but the thing is, I think yet again, we're just going to have to take a green, potentially. Unless, like, I can really... I don't think I can. I'm gonna risk something here. No, it's just good, but that's fine. I wanted just to coast up to the line, but it's not. At the end of the day, we did that last weekend where we can only get a green. There's some tracks I'm going to absolutely nail. Yeah, coasting. On the left hand side it says percentage of coasting. I actually did 20%. Didn't do much braking. 65% full throttle. Like, it's meh at the end of the day. So I want to look at the team objectives. So what things do I need to do? Okay, fast sectors is in the qualifying one, which I should nail. And yeah, it says complete a lap with 2 different car setups during a practice session. So I could actually change the setup now. You know what, I can actually do that, because I've used one setup. I'm actually going to use another setup, which is going to be... I'm gonna use increased downforce for this one. I know it slows down top speed, but I should still nail like the qualifying pace test. So, but it means that we should get all 3 of those remaining like team objectives before the end of the session, meaning I can put the setup back to normal for the next practice session when I do my race pace test. So I'm thinking, you know, because I want to get as many points as I can. Because I know that I've lost 20 points from getting only a good in the fuel saving one instead of a purple, which is 50 points instead of 30. But it's not the end of the world. It's meh. Right, so I don't need to worry much about cornering with this setup, because it's more downforce, meaning that I'll have a bit more grip, so I can just throw it into corners, a bit less braking. And yeah, already I can feel there's a lot more grip. I'm not like sliding about. I'm very planted on the ground, as I should be. Obviously top speed has been a bit decreased, which is like, it's just one of those things that you just accept. But yeah, let's see what we can do. Okay, so that fast sector is now done, which is the first sector, and it's the second sector I need to nail as well, which I should be able to do. I should be able to get a fast sector. Okay, so it seems like the best tyre choice for this weekend is the Super Softs. I don't think there's Ultra Softs around Shanghai International Circuit, which is fine. Okay, so we're about to end the second sector because the line is just up here, as you can see on the mini-map. And yes, we've just done that team objective, and then as soon as we complete this lap, unless it's already been given that I've used a different setup, because technically I'm using it now, or unless like I have to complete a lap, I can't remember it coming up. Let's set a good time. Fuel is on rich because it's qualifying pace, so everything is set to the max. Put the DRS on there. How's my things doing? 30% for the internal combustion engine after just one race is pretty bad, but we are getting an upgrade on it before the next race, which I believe is Bahrain, which is another track that I really do like. It's a good thing that we're actually starting with tracks that I like, but there's obviously going to be tracks that are going to really test us. Okay, so yes, we just got that for car setup. We've got a purple on that, so that is all well and good now. So what we're going to do is quickly go and set up and put it back to normal, just so I don't forget before the next practice. Yeah, balanced, yes. And then the last thing I want to check just before, well, I need to accelerate time anyway, is estimated qualifying position is 9th again. That's interesting. My objective is only 19th, so that's like second last. Okay, so all I need to do is a race strategy in the next practice, then we can literally go straight to things. So we've only got 3.5 minutes, so we'll just quickly speed this along. And yeah. I'm so happy that we've got the team objectives down. So we finished 7th, even though we used the fastest tyre out of everyone. But anyway, I'm happy with that. The car actually feels quite strong around this circuit, but there's no real test until you're actually racing side by side with a car and see if they are getting away from you, or like you're getting away from them, or even you're just like staying with them. Because one thing I noticed about Australia is, even though I finished 5th, cars in front of me were getting away from me, and I was like holding up the ones behind me, but I was defending very well, so I'm very happy with that. But at the same time, I would love to have a bit more power to try and gain to them, but I do realise, because I have quite a slow car in general, I can't expect to be chasing them and like catching up with them. So right, anyway, we're in P2, which is very good, and we're just going to smash out this race strategy, then get straight into qualifying, see where we get on the grid for next episode's race. I kind of like how I'm setting up the episodes, because at the moment, well, the first 2 episodes were quite long, but I kind of like how I have the qualifying, and then the next day I do have the race, which is obviously how it's set up in real life. So like, I do like that, because when like you see I qualified, and then you guys have to wait until the next day. But actually I do actually record it literally pretty much straight after I just start recording the next one. It just means I'm more ahead, plus like I could leave it till the next day to record it and then upload it, but I don't know, I kind of like, while the track's fresh in my mind, while my car is fresh in my mind, I like to just nail it out. And luckily in the last race we didn't take any damage whatsoever, because that's one thing that I am very wary of this season, is if I take damage it will cost me, and I'm going to have some bad races because of it, because I know that there's going to be races where I'm definitely going to hit things, either the side of the track or other cars and stuff. Monaco I'm scared of. Even on 60%, which is the like first percentage difficulty of hard, I did 1 lap, but the problem is with Monaco, when I did my career, and I'll tell you guys this, is my gearbox was starting to fail, so like I was skipping gears and it wasn't very good. And I was, even on the first lap, I was just hitting things. So what I did was, like, I just decided to retire from the races, and I just hit a wall, my wheel came off, and then I decided not to use a flashback. It's like, I will put in 100% to try and finish every race. Of course I will, like, that goes without saying, but Monaco scares me. Because it's so tight and it's so quick that any mistake, if you have a lapse of concentration just for a second around that track, you're into a barrier or into another car. I think that's the only one that I'm really like a bit cautious about. Singapore, which is another street circuit, I'm actually quite happy with, to be honest. I like the Singapore one. It flows quite well. It's only the middle sector when you go over this narrow bridge that's like quite scary, but I kind of learnt that last time I raced it, but if you just brake early, then you're fine. If you're a bit of a daredevil and brake as late as you can, you're gonna hit something. You are gonna hit something. You're gonna make a mistake. I've got a bit of a blocked nose. I'm trying to clear it, but at least this test is like all I have to do is complete 3 laps pretty much, and I've pretty much done it.
We expect to potentially see some rain around 10 to 15 minutes from now.
Race to 10 to 15 minutes. That's one thing we actually haven't seen yet in this career is rain, and I'm so eager to show you guys. Even though rain is quite difficult to drive, well, it slows the cars down, so it's not too bad. It looks amazing on this game. Like, they've really done well with like weather conditions, with track conditions, with lighting. Like, as you guys can see, like at the moment this is like, well, it's a kind of sunny day, but it's a bit overcast. It's a bit grey, but they've done that so well. Oh god, I was trying to clear my nose again. Well, one less go at it. And it just feels like it's blocked, even though I put my finger up my nose and there's nothing there. It just tickles. It's probably like a bogey in there somewhere, I don't know. Alright, lap 2 is done. Okay, we've got green, but now I want purple. See, I'm a bit wide from the thing, even though I'm like full lock most of the time. It's a great corner though. I really do love it because like it's quite wide, and then all of a sudden it gets tighter and tighter. So you've got to time it well, time the braking, and like I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. Right. Anyway, let's nail this final lap and get into the qualifying, which is what you guys really want to see. And potentially in the future, I might actually cut out some of this practice, but if anything, it helps you guys learn the track as much as it has helped me. I know these tracks pretty much off by heart now, and like I'm learning like when to brake and when not to. So I kind of like that you've got to do the practice. Actually, you don't have to, but like you can't get rid of practices altogether, which I kind of like, to be honest. See, this bit of the track I don't understand, because surely it would make more sense if all of this bit around the side was stands so fans could get in. Instead it just says like Anting and something in Chinese. It's random, isn't it? Yeah, Anting. Oh well. If you guys want to have a quick look at my Honda McLaren, then feel free. Feel free. See, I think I hit the rev limiter then. I think I was maxed speed then. Anyway, we've absolutely smashed this test, as you always do. I've never failed this. Oh god. And we have got optimal. Beautiful. So, we are going to go straight to qualifying and find out our objectives along the way. So, we could watch like live feeds of people. So, who's out on track? We've got Verstappen, we've got Grosjean, Magnussen, Stroll, Verline, Ricciardo, a teammate, Alonso. He's in 13th at the moment. Massa, Hulkenberg, Palmer, Ocon, Bottas. Not bad, not bad. I'm going to be taking your seat eventually, Bottas. I think, hopefully. I don't know.
Interesting practice session there then. Let's remind ourselves of the top three.
Finished 10th, not too bad. I think we're only on the soft tyre as well, and a lot of people above us were on the super soft. So I think qualifying is going to be very interesting. Again, what I'm going to do, and I'm going to do this for every qualifying, I'm going to set a lap very early, try and do it before other people come out. Then it's just set a benchmark for me to try and beat. Also, it'll see sort of where I could be before others are doing. So like if I storm it, then it's going to be harder for me to beat it. But it's a good little motivation, I'd say.
That we've had the team's expectations through for the upcoming qualifying session.
Okay, qualifying 15th now, because I think it was 17th last time out, and then for the race it's 14th or above. So I think the team are starting to expect a bit more of me. I don't know, but anyway, let's go to short qualifying. Let's see what we can do. Like, I'm at McLaren. I'm not honestly expected to get points every race, but does that mean that I don't want? But I want points in every single race. I want to be in the top 10. I want to be just absolutely smashing it out. Right, anyway, let's go into a flying lap. Hopefully there's not a car straight in front of us. I believe there's one behind us. Oh, it looks like it has been raining, but the thing is, P2 was the day before this. Unless there's been more rain in like P3, I don't know. Okay, there's no car like directly behind us that is going to trouble us for overtaking. So I'm just hoping there's nothing that's going to come out of the pits while I'm going down the main straight. Fernando Alonso is in front of me, so my teammate. I need to really learn how to do that hairpin better. Even with full brakes, I'm not tight to the line. Anyway, get this final corner right, which I have done. Get this DRS right, and then let's get ready for this first lap. Okay, no one's coming out of the pits, which is very nice. Right, let's get this first corner right. Oh, I'm a bit tighter now. Oh yeah, that sounded very sexual. Okay, let's get this right, because the exit of a corner is a lot more important than the entrance, but if you get the entrance right, then the exit should be better. Anyway, let's go. Get tight, maybe a bit too tight then. Okay. The thing that distracts me is when other people have set a best new time, I always look at it when I should just be looking at where I'm driving. So I'm expecting some to come up within the next, I don't know, now. Lewis Hamilton has set a benchmark. Normally he actually takes ages to set his first lap, but he's got the same idea as me, the fellow Brit. I want to be his teammate one day. Oh my god, what a bad corner. But it means that in my second lap I will be able to improve. Come on, get in there. Be brave, be brave. Right, now onto the main straight. Right, now I just need to absolutely floor it. And DRS. Come on, let's see if I can get this corner right. Maybe brake a tiny bit earlier. Oh, that was perfection. Oh, that was honestly dirty. Right, come on, get this final corner right, James. Don't go wide. I went too inwards. I tried to correct it. Oh well, I've got a benchmark set, which I am actually in third right now, ahead of Magnussen. Right, so now let's get back to the garage and then let's swap our tyres to hopefully some quicker ones. I don't know if they're going to be too much quicker. I didn't really notice them any quicker in the last one. So let's go on setup. Plus I need to double check that I am actually on the right setup. Okay, no, car setup. Preset 3, yeah, that's right. So apparently they're a quarter of a second quicker. I'll be able to judge that with 3 minutes to go, but let's have a quick look. Our times we're down to 6th at the moment.
Fastest lap is a 1 minute 38.5.
It's the last sector that really bugged me, because I can see that the 3 below me on sector 3 all got quicker than me. But that's because of that corner before the long sweep one onto the long straight and the last corner. So that's definitely where I can improve, is sector 3. Sector 1 I'm down on the people below me, so I need to boss that. It's the first corner, it's damn tricky. I'm nearly 1.7 seconds off Bottas, and I've noticed that Vettel hasn't gone yet. Who's gonna get above me realistically? Perez probably will. Right, Ricardo should. Ocon might. Stroll should. Who's that? Oh no, Perez is actually below me at the moment by about 4/10. Okay, there's 4 minutes to go. I'm just gonna accelerate just a bit. I'm gonna go at 10 speed. Actually, go for, there we go, for 3 minutes on the dot. Let's go out again. Hopefully there's no cars in front of me because that'll muck up my flying lap. Oh, there is. I might ease off right, there's no one directly behind me, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to ease off a bit down this main straight, so I've got a big gap behind. I think that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, it looks like it's been raining early in the day, because you can see that there is a bit of a dry line, but there's a bit of a wet, so there's no one behind me, so I'm just going to ease off a bit. Just going to ease off. I know that'll cool the tyres a tiny bit. I don't know who it is. It could be someone that's quicker than me anyway, but I'd rather just not take that risk. One thing I did do though is nail the hairpin. Right, I need to get this right. That's better, that's better. Right, let's start. Come on. Okay, I'm not looking at the time in the top column, but I can see it's green, so... Okay, so qualifying is going to be ending as soon as I crossed the line, which is how I like it. I like to be one of the last. Okay, I'm 2 temps up at that moment, but no pressure. 2 temps up in the first sector is good, because I did say that's one that I should be looking to improve. Second sector wasn't bad actually, but I need to keep it consistent. Stay quite tight, it's full lock. Then this one, a bit of brakes, keep tight to the curb, don't drift out. Turn in, get the second part of this corner right, just about. Right, it's this corner I mucked up on. I kind of mucked up on it again. I still went quite wide. Come on, get this right. Full lock, hopefully. Okay, at the moment I'm nearly half a second quicker. I'm still, I'm down to 9th now. 10th. I've nailed the hairpin again. I've nailed it. I've nailed the final corner. Absolutely nailed it. I'm quicker, but where did I finish? Come on. 7th. I will honestly take that. Again, I've actually beaten my predicted qualifying position, because in both weekends so far, it was predicted that I'd finish 9th, and I'm actually 7th. And I did even predict at the start of this episode that I probably wouldn't even get top 10.
Join us tomorrow, where we'll
why do I have Massa behind me yet again? No. But it's definitely set up for a very interesting race in next episode. So guys, I hope you have enjoyed this episode. From now on, if you don't want to see all the practice stuff, then feel free to skip to the qualifying bit. Like, I honestly don't mind, but as long as you're enjoying the series and want to see how I'm doing, like, I'm absolutely loving the series so far. We'll quickly just end on the resource points what we collected. It's not bad. Like, we get what we get given. What do we do on a rivalry? Fastest lap is good, and that is honestly very fine. We actually went up a bit, getting close to that first driver. Our reputation went up with other teams. We'll quickly go into the laptop, and yeah, guys, if you have enjoyed, please leave a like, subscribe if you want to. No pressure on you, and until next time, goodbye.